Good morning, good evening, and good day, dear students. Welcome and thank you for taking time to go over the presentation. This is Dr. De Guzman, your facilitator for this course. The following will be discussed for this presentation. I hope that you open your minds and your hearts and literally open your eyes and ears because we are about to embark on an important task. That is to have a glimpse on what to do and what to tackle for our course G Rizal. Further, I am going to present the reflection and takeaways in the video introduction of Professor Grace Carrido on the said G Rizal course. So let me ask you again, are you excited to learn G Rizal? We have two pertinent questions among others that needs to be answered. Why do we need to study this subject? Or our heroes were already dead, so what's the point? Let us continue with the presentation, and by the time that we are finished, you will soon have the answers to the lingering questions. The context of Girisal focuses on how we Filipinos tackle issues and apply them at present, which include Republic Act 1425, otherwise known as the Rizal Law. As one of the most significant figures in the past, it is important for us and you, students, to understand how our heroes sacrificed themselves in order for us to be known by our identity as Filipinos. The law was created to honor and acknowledge Jose Rizal's contribution in shaping history. The act mandates that all educational institutions in the Philippines are to offer courses in their curricula, which is the life and works of Rizal, particularly the No Limit Tangere and the El Filibusterismo. A complete or comprehensive copy of the Act was already shared with you, hence, we shall focus on the four key points intended for this presentation. First, the private and public institution in the Philippines must offer courses on the lives and works and writings of Dr. Jose Rizal. Second, there must be adequate copies of the original and unexpurgated editions in the school libraries. It must contain the original, uncensored materials for the Noli and the El Fili. Third, results literature are to be translated and be printed in cheap popular edition and distributed free through Purok organizations and barrio councils. Question: do you see this in your respective Purok organization or barrio councils? Fourth, discussion of religious doctrines are highly prohibited to ensure accessibility and impartiality, leading to the success of the law. Let's move on to nationalism and education, which are closely connected. Because in education, we learn social sciences and we learn and understand laws and civic efficacy or our willingness to assume responsibilities as citizens. Rizal represents our beliefs and community identity, and this sets us back on how Jose Rizal grew up, how he socialized, and how he built himself as we have known him to be, and in developing his nationality and identity, which we base upon. According to Hutchins in 2016, nationalism is deeply connected to education, particularly history and sciences. So, education is inextricably linked to the development of nation states in the liberal democracies. As part of society that seeks to conserve its culture, history, and sciences enables us to figure our own roles in the society. It highlights the psychology needs for identification and community because of the ideals and values that Rizal embodies. Question: how do we fit in? Are we that kind that supports or contradicts? History helps us understand the use of historical insights or information critically on multiple perspectives that contributes to results perspective of the past, present, and future. So learning includes national heroes who preserve historical memory and provide a link to the past. That is why studying Rizal and his works exposes us to his philosophies and contribution, which fosters a deeper understanding of our national heritage. His powerful works can be an example to the quality of work that we can pass to the next generation. We all have a responsibility or roles to play for the future generation. Whatever gender, status in life, race, or age, we have the right to be aware and contribute in representing our beloved country, just like what Jose Rizal did. We celebrate heroes for their roles in the fight for independence and pursuit for justice and equality. This talks about true symbolism in relation to the factual, historical events and changing views through his work novels No Limit Tangere and El Filibusterismo. The study of Rizal's life and works is interdisciplinary. His ideas encompasses various disciplines such as literature, history, philosophy, politics, sociology. Educators and institutions adapt this interdisciplinary approach. So, what are these? The Rizal Law, Rizal in the Theory of Nationalism, Rizal and the Social Origins and Historical Context, Rizal in Europe, Morga and Rizal's Search for Origins, Rizal's Changing View on Spanish Rule, Rizal's View of the Future and the Filipino Nation, and last, the integration and reflections or expectations. Incorporating multiple disciplines helps us to analyze from a literary perspective, examine from a historical point of view, explore philosophical ideas, understanding social and political contributions in both national and global scale. Now, we have challenges encountered in learning the G Rizal or the life and works of Rizal. The first one is understanding its relevance in the modern era. Enduring concerns and ideas addressed by Rizal that remain relevant and resonate with our generation. Students need to recognize that these issues persist through time and hold significance in the modern era because some issues during results time are still experienced up until now. The scope of the course may have been simplified or condensed. It can cause problem in grasping the depth and complexity of the subject matter because a lot of very important details were lost or might be lost along the way. Another challenge is that education today leans towards self learning. It can be negative and may cause challenge for both the teacher and students, because not everything seen or learned somewhere might not be factual, thereby losing its real essence. Another challenge was the controversies with evidence from the past. These controversies may have areas of frailty, making learning superficial. Another one, learners can delve into the topic beyond what was only offered. So let's go to some examples of the controversies. Why did Jose Rizal become the national hero instead of Andres Bonifacio? Another one, was Jose Rizal gay? Therefore, this call for utmost care, caution, and respect in approaching such controversies for the purpose of historical accuracy. Because, in spite of all the controversies on Rizal's life, we have to understand that he was just human with flaws and vulnerabilities. That Rizal is not a perfect individual who we can relate with and empathize with. Another one is contextualizing, understanding him within the historical context of his time by examining his writings, ideas, and societal norms make us understand how his action and perspective were shaped. We also have to consider the moral and the ethical values of Rizal's era, which may not be the same as of today. This approach prevents unfair judgment and allows for a more accurate assessment of his beliefs and behaviors. Another approach is to diversify. We can better understand Rizal and appreciate his contributions from multiple perspectives because, in spite of the controversies in Rizal's life, we can say it is nothing compared to all the good things that he have done for our country. Therefore, as future professionals, what are your roles to honor Rizal's contributions? How do we connect with the community, just like what Rizal did? To sum it up, the Rizal Law wants us to foster patriotism, moral character, and a sense of pride among Filipinos, especially the youth. It is an attempt to preserve the legacy of our national hero and encourage his ideas for democracy and freedom for the future generation that we are experiencing right now. Finally, to ignite the fire in our hearts as he encompasses time through his many inspiring works. Rizal wanted his countrymen to love their country, to fight for their country. This is what the law signifies. It also hopes that professionals and future professionals and citizens do the same thing to serve our country, the Philippines. Now, look deep in your hearts and minds. And I shall end up with Rizal's quote: the youth is the hope of our future. In Tagalog or Filipino, ang kabataan ay ang pag-asa ng bayan. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat po and mabuhay.